I've got socks and sandals on right now. Oh, let's try it. And I know that there are more of you out there like me. I wear socks and sandals all the time. Number 1, my feet are cold. Number 2, I think it's a really silly rule that someone made once upon a time that you can't wear socks and sandals. And I'm not into following this made up rule that everyone goes along, not everyone, but a lot of people go along with. Do I get made fun of by my friends and my family? I used to, but I think now they're used to it. Anyway, that got weird. That went on too long, and now I'm gonna move on to the tutorial. In this tutorial, I'm gonna teach you 3 different split screen techniques. The third technique's my favorite. So using split screen and having multiple video clips up on the screen at once can make your video feel faster paced. It can give the viewer a lot more information in a shorter period of time. And I love split screen because it makes your videos more fun. So whenever you're working with split screen, you're going to be working with multiple video tracks. So currently we are using just 2 clips, one on top of the other, on the V1 and the V2 track. Because I want to show both this puppy and Abby, the other puppy, on the same screen, I'm going to crop out a little bit of either side of this clip here. To do that, we'll go to the effects panel, type in crop, drag the crop tool on to that clip. We'll go back to the effect controls panel, and under crop where it says left, we'll type in 25%. As you can see, that clip has been cropped 25% on the left side. We're going to do the same thing on the right side, 25%. There we go. Underneath motion in our effect controls panel, we will drag the position of this clip over to the left so that the x-axis now reads 480. And one thing that I always do, and I recommend you do as well whenever you're doing split screen, is turning on your safe margins. If you don't see this icon here in the program window, you can click on this plus icon to the right, find the safe margins icon and drag it down. Click on this icon to turn it on, and I will just zoom into the screen here. So I'll go from fit to 400%, scroll up. So as you can see, we have a little tick here, and this indicates where the center of the screen is. I like to use safe margins whenever I'm using split screen, especially if I'm trying to split that screen right in the center of the frame. Put this back to fit so we can see the entire frame. Now what we'll do is select the footage of the other puppy that's on the V1 track. We will go up to the effect controls panel and move the x-axis position over to the right. One more thing that we can do to emphasize the split in the screen is, let's go up to our effects panel, drag the crop effect down onto the footage that's on the V1 track, go back to effect controls, and I'm going to crop the clip that's on the right side of the frame just a little bit so that we get this split in between these 2 clips. And I'll adjust the position of this clip. That looks nice and even. I'll turn off the safe margins just so you can see that a little bit better. And there's one more thing I want to do here. So clicking on the project window, I will go down to the new item icon on the right, click on it, select color matte, press OK, and select white, press OK. We'll call this color matte white. OK. Let's select these 2 clips on the timeline, drag them up one so that we have the V1 track free, and drag this white color matte on the V1 track. And let's play that through. And there you go. That's one of the more basic ways to create split screen. Now we're gonna animate our split screen, adding movement to your footage like what we're about to do, and moving the position of footage around and scaling and all that sort of stuff. It can be a little tedious, but it is well worth it. So let's get back into Premiere Pro and I'll show you how to do it. This is me and Will's good friend Dave. Definitely check out his Instagram because he's a really great urban landscape photographer and he's just an awesome human. This split screen style will begin with this clip of Dave as a wide shot. So the clip will be showing in its entirety for a few seconds, and then we'll animate 2 more clips onto screen that will nudge this clip of Dave over. We'll drag this second clip above the first clip on the timeline, and we'll crop the negative space on either side of the second clip and move the position of it to the right of the frame to get an idea of where it will sit in comparison to the first clip of Dave. So now we'll start working on creating that nudging effect. And to do this, we'll be moving the position of our footage and using keyframes to create movement. Let's find a spot in our footage here that we'd like the second clip to start pushing this clip over. Making sure our cursor is over the chosen part of the clip, we'll go up to Effect Controls and click on the animation toggle beside position here. And as you can see, we now have a keyframe on this clip. This blue line here indicates where our cursor is over the footage so we can reference it when we add keyframes. Next, let's hit the right arrow on our keyboard 4 times to move over 4 frames in the footage. You could choose any amount of frames to move over. I choose 4 so that the movement of the clip takes place quickly. We'll also adjust the position of this clip so that it moves over to the left. Don't worry about the empty space that's appeared to the right of the clip, because next we'll be positioning and moving our second clip onto screen so that it looks like it's pushing or nudging the first clip over. We'll bring our second clip over to where the animation started on our first clip, so that when we animate the second clip, it moves onto screen as the first clip moves over. Okay, and to animate the second clip, we're sort of going to do it backwards, as in we'll hit the right arrow on our keyboard 4 times and add a keyframe here. And this keyframe will hold this frame in place as its end position, so to speak. Now we'll hit the left arrow on our keyboard 4 times, and this is where we'll be adding a second keyframe to the second clip after we've moved the position of it off screen like so. Great, so let's check out what we've done so far. As you can see, we have clip 1 playing, then clip 2 nudges it to the left. Awesome. Now that you're getting the idea of this keyframe animation thing, because keyframing is a tedious process, I'll go over animating this third clip more quickly. We'll drag the third clip above the other 2 like so, scale this clip down to 29% in size, and move the position to the bottom right of frame, and as we did with the second clip, we will begin with the end in mind. So we'll move our cursor 4 frames into this clip, and add our first keyframe to secure the end position of this clip. We'll now bring our cursor to the beginning of the third clip, and this time we'll have this clip appear from the bottom of frame. So we'll drag the position to off screen, and that's created another keyframe. We'll nudge the second clip here up as the third clip enters frame like we did before, and let's check this out. Very cool. This last split screen technique is my favorite. It takes a little bit more work, but it's worth it. And I find myself using it a lot for travel videos, vlogs, that sort of thing. So let's get back into Premiere Pro and check it out. Because I know I'm gonna use all 4 of these clips, I'll drag the walking clip up to the V4 track, and I'm gonna crop this clip. So I'll drag crop on there. First, we'll move the position of this clip up just a little bit. And now let's crop the bottom of this clip. Oh, and I want the safe margins back on here. So I'm gonna bring this clip here onto the V3 track underneath this 4th clip. We'll scale the size of it down a little bit and drag the position over so that we have it sitting more on the bottom left side of the frame. We're gonna crop the top slightly so that we have a really thin split in between these 2 clips. Now let's go back up to the effect panel and type in linear, and in the transitions folder, let's drag linear wipe on to the clip that's on the V3 track. Go back over to effect controls, and where it says transition completion, let's bring it to 26%, and as you can see, what it's currently doing is cropping off the left side of the frame here. That's not the cool part. This is the cool part. Where it says wipe angle, it's currently set to 90 degrees. Let's start moving that around and check that out. The angle of the crop adjusts. If we move transition completion over more to 70%, we get something like that. I'll press Command Z on my keyboard a few times to undo that. And let's bring that wipe angle to minus 58 degrees so that we have this cool right angle to the right of this clip. And what we're gonna do is have this clip show up in a triangle shape. So the next thing we wanna do is crop the right side of this clip. And we can't add linear wipe onto this clip a second time and do what I'm about to do. So instead, we're gonna nest this clip in our timeline by selecting it, right-clicking on it, and clicking on nest. We'll name that triangle clip, okay. Click on that nested footage, go back over to effects, drag that linear wipe onto that nested clip, go back over to effect controls. Let's bring our transition completion to 22%, and we'll adjust the wipe angle to 33 degrees. There we go, we now have a super cool, as cool as triangles can be, triangle style cutout for our split screen with this nested clip still selected. I'm going to drag the position of it over a little bit. Next, I'm going to grab this other clip here of Dave looking at his camera, drag it underneath the other clips onto the V2 track. We'll scale this clip down, drag the position of it over, drop the linear wipe on that, and adjust the transition completion and wipe angle again so that the split looks parallel and nice and straight to this other triangle clip here. Awesome. Now we'll drag this final clip under these other clips on the V1 track. I'm gonna move the position of this clip around so that the camera kind of sits in the center of its own sort of frame here. Grab the crop tool, and I'm gonna slightly crop off the top of this clip to 7% so that the split line looks consistent with where the other split line in these other clips is. Let's drag the linear wipe onto that clip now. Go back into Effect Controls and adjust the transition completion and wipe angle again. We'll turn the safe margins off so that we can see how that's looking. Cool, that's looking really good. Thanks for hanging out with me and learning how to do split screen. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up. And if you want to learn more about filmmaking, editing, or if you just want to check out where we're traveling to next, then subscribe to our channel and we'll see you next week.